and this is my 59th video of my 100 video day challenge. How are you today? Today is Happy Saturday, and let's see, here I am. I'm been doing 2 videos or 2 Facebook Lives a day for the last couple of weeks, and I realized that my 100th day video will end somewhere around December 7th if I continue at this pace. So what I have decided to do is to do 1 video on Saturday and 1 on Sunday and 2 during the week. And that should last another week longer in December. And so I could still meet my 100-day goal at the end of this year. So how are you doing today? I am home. Yesterday's Milwaukee Art Museum was fabulous. It was just great. Hi Jeannie, how are you? Thanks for joining me. The museum was actually fabulous. Some people were there, were awesome. I posted some pictures of the dancers. There was also the beautiful pictures that I've posted as well. I got some great ideas, but there was food and drink and music, and there were people, entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are my favorite people because they have something, they have their passion in front of you. They can see you, they give you that energy that you want as an entrepreneur to go out and do another day of what you're doing and to share what you have with other people. So today I was talking with my daughter, and we were discussing a course that we were working on together, and I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with it at all. It's called emotional triggers, and these are events that can cause you to act a certain way. There was a story that I was reading the other day. There's a guy who's happy as can be. Sounds like me, right? And he's happy as can be, but he goes to see his mother and he changes to another person. He gets all tensed, and I have no clue why, because I am a mom. But this particular person, would be really stressed. And at one point, he even started yelling at her. Well, the problem wasn't the mom, obviously. Thanks to all moms in the world. It wasn't the sons either. It's something that had triggered him from something in the past that maybe he felt that he wasn't good enough, or he should have been a certain way. I'm not sure. Still reading up on that, but that was a trigger. This is my example. And so my daughter and I said, let's do this exercise for ourselves, right? And so the first question was, in the moment, what and who triggered you to drift? You had this episode, this event. How were you feeling? Were you feeling angry, frustrated, pissed off, hurt, upset, disappointed, and why? So she wants me to answer this, and I'm very positive. I have such a happy life. I see everything. I have affirmations. I talk, and I really believe that what I say, do, and think come to fruition. I believe this with all my heart. So this is an exercise I did not want to do. I couldn't think of it. I couldn't even. And so she's like, just for grins, if you weren't such a positive person, what could you do? Well, look at this. I have pages and pages and pages of writings. Let's see, where are you? Writings on the wall of what I didn't want to say, what I didn't want to go there. Are you one of those kind of people that you have these triggers and you just don't want to go there. It's not important. It's done with. It's in the past. This is what I believe. But my daughter and this training says it's important that we understand what our emotions are, what our triggers are, so that if we knew them, we can address them and become a better person and have that better life. I still didn't agree. I still can't disagree. I want to know what you think. Hi, Ron. How are you? Thank you. Yes. So if we identify what these potential problems are, would they make us live a better life? And so the teaching goes one after the other. I'm going to skip all this negative stuff. And if you want more information on that, you can give me a call. I'll talk more about that. But back to my positive thoughts. There is a revelation after you've discussed these triggers and what they do to you and the reason why, right? You want to come to a revelation. What could have happened? And it says here, what is the revelation that you're getting? And so in this particular case, what I wrote is the facts that I assumed I assume someone else's potential sometimes. I think that a person could be somehow better, and they may not. And they may have that issue. But if I'm not dealing with their perspective on this particular case, I'm only thinking of mine, I have the potential of becoming hurt. And I need to know how to deal with that. And so they're saying, well, what do you think? He says, when I ponder on these revelations, I feel, and then so my answer was, I feel relevant, thankful, and there's new beginnings. So there's my positive thoughts back in track. But I had to understand what was possibly going on with this person that I was thinking about. So it also says, what do you have a desire to do? And have a desire to. So my desire in this particular case was to build a better relationship. And they ask how you do that. And I say, well, I need to make an effort to connect. And I feel I might need to say but it says here, what dangers would you see possibly getting in the way, right? So this was my fear. This was my trigger. I've always wanted to do and say something. And this was the trigger that I had to stop and think about. So my feelings is if I didn't say anything and let it go, everything would get better. But apparently things could actually blow up in a bubble, and things can get worse. And if you had addressed it in the beginning, nipped it in the bud, and you say, hey, what's going on? And I feel this way or that way. Is there something going on with you? Can I help? And you want to say that sincerely, because you are sincere. You want to have a future. You want to have a better relationship. But my problem was that I felt that I might say something wrong, and that person might take it out of context. That I might be butting in the way, and I didn't want that feeling, because I always felt that it was always me in the middle. Trying to do good, but somebody took it out of context. Well, Linda said. And so that was my past, and that was my emotional triggers that I used to have. And of course, they teach you in online business that you move past that. You move past that, and you seek the people that you want to, because you you show them the who you are, the positive that you are. Hi, Daniel. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. And and it says, so how will you overcome that roadblock? Feeling that insecure, so I might say something wrong. So how would I display this strategy or deploy this strategy? So my thoughts, or what I wrote, is I would show an interest in that person. Take a step further. Instead of backing up, instead of saying, okay, it must be a problem she's having or he's having, I'm just going to let them, I need to be, show that concern, show that emotion, show that I am a real person. Uh, and and get it out in the open, if and only if you want that relationship to build and grow. And in this particular case, I do. I'm excited to move forward and not have these negative thoughts that apparently I had in these emotional triggers that originally I had disagreed with. Tell me about something that you had a negative emotional trigger. Doesn't have to be a negative. It could be a positive. I'd like to hear about that. And let's see if we can't move forward. I know if you're trying to build a business, it could be a roadblock, and I can help with that. And not everyone can do it. So if you do have emotional triggers and you want to learn about them, give me a call and let's go through this exercise together. It's something I was pulling my teeth out. I didn't want to do it, but I'm so grateful that I was able to do it and get it done, and have these revelations that I'm able to share with you. So let's do some positive thinking. Let's say some affirmations. I can do all things if I'm positive, and if these emotional triggers are out of the way. How's that? We can do all things if you think it, if you say it, and you do it. And these blessings that we do, I do it myself for my family, my friends, and you. So let's get together and talk some more. I enjoy being here. I'll see you tomorrow on my 60th day video, and I'm hoping to bring you something more exciting. If you want me to talk about something that is exciting to you or your positive emotional triggers, we can talk about that as well. So until then, let's talk tomorrow. My name is Linda Gould. I'm from Milwaukee. I'm home, and I am glad to be here. This is my 59th video of my 100th video day challenge, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm thanking you. Have a great day, and take care. Bye-bye. Thank you all for joining me. Bye-bye, Ron, and Jeannie, and Daniel, and everyone that's watching me. And if it's a replay, hit replay, and I could respond to you as well, because this is exciting information that I'm only learning about this in this one course that my daughter and I had ventured into this morning. So I'm looking forward to dive into it some more. Have a good day and talk to you soon.